Was the economy better? Was the economy better?
I would say maybe, but right now I feel like we are suffering a little bit.
There are 20,000 migrants that just got moved into a town of 60,000.
Right.
And do you think that that's a problem?
I do, actually.
Do you think that we need a more secure border?
Absolutely. I am a registered Republican.
Okay. And why are you voting for Kamala?
I don't want my dad to hear that.
He'll love you at the end of the day no matter what.
We can't have Trump running this country again. He's unhinged.
Okay.
There's nothing factual behind what he says. Everything that he says is filled with superlatives. It's filled with just words. There's no basis behind his words.
Okay.
It's just very exuberant. In the history of, there's, when I watched the debate the other night with Kamala, it was very pointed, very succinct.
Okay. What was your favorite policy position that she had?
I think that it was probably for the first-time home buyers and for families, because I think because I was in nonprofit management for about 30 years, and I think that that's the one thing that people forget is the families that are really struggling.
Okay.
And I feel like in the Trump administration, while people may think that the economy was better, and
Do you not believe it was?
I mean, I go back and forth because my husband and I have voted Republican for a long time, but I've always voted across the aisles. I've never really been a
Was the economy better? Was the economy better?
I would say maybe, but right now I feel like we are suffering a little bit. But I'm hoping that with a new administration, not a new administration outside of Joe Biden, but with Kamala, that maybe things will turn around, because I think that people...
That's a big bargain, right? Because under Trump, you just admitted that they were a little better, and Kamala's had 3.5 years. And so you're just going to vote based on a whim that you hope that they get better, but we know under Trump that they were better.
I'm not basing it on a whim. I'm basing it on people have lost hope. I think that people aren't out spending as much as they were, because there's a lot of dissension.
They can't spend as much as they did.
Yeah.
Inflation is so high. I know friends who can't even buy houses, and they're scared to start families because it's so expensive, and groceries. You've been to the grocery store. I'm sure you have a family to feed, and you have yourself to feed.
Yeah, it's just... I'm in my mid-50s, so I've kind of seen it all, and I will say that, the administration that I actually admire the most is probably the Clinton administration. Things were really good under the Clinton administration. I voted for Bush twice, and then, so I will say that, I do watch both sides. I have an amount of respect for Trump as a business person, but not necessarily I don't necessarily align with his alignment with Putin and other communist dictators. That is, I think...
You think he aligns with them?
I feel like he aligns with them.
Okay,
I feel like
that's interesting.
I feel like he has, to maybe the public perception, befriended them, and that worries me.
So under the administration that you want to vote for, we've had a war break out with Putin and Zelensky. With Trump, that didn't happen. Is that better or worse?
But it has nothing to do with Trump, in that it just happened to happen during the Biden administration.
Okay.
And so you have to take that out of the equation. That really had, and so respectfully, it was just the timing.
Okay. So you think Trump had nothing to do with that? No. And Biden had nothing to do with that?
No, I think that this was it was Putin being opportunistic.
Okay.
I don't feel like it was, and I'll leave it at that. But
all right, thank you.
And my dad's waiting for me. My dad is waiting for me.
Where do you think Trump fell short? Did he have any good points at all?
No.
Nothing good?
No.
Okay. Did Kamala have any bad points at all or anything that you didn't agree with?
A little bit on the immigration, but I mean, really, it's just kind of all rolls into what's right for America.
Okay. So go on that with the immigration.
Talk about it in front of my dad.
He can't hear you.
Yes, he can.
We'll just pretend.
Okay. They should have done the border deal, and they should have really pushed it through when they could have pushed it through, but they didn't because Trump wanted to run on that. But things still weren't taken care of until the executive action was taken, and I thought that she was in charge of that for a while, so I was a little bit put back by that.
Okay, so you think that we need a more secure border?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
because there's some, we see Springfield, Ohio. Have you seen what's been going on there?
No, actually I haven't.
Oh, okay. Did you see when Trump mentioned that cats and dogs are being eaten?
Yes, I didn't want to bring that up because it was so absolutely ridiculous.
Right,
Yes.
right. So yeah, there actually is no cats and dogs being eaten, but there are 20,000 migrants that just got moved into a town of 60,000.
Right.
And do you think that that's a problem?
I do, actually.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the cities don't have the resources to house all of those people, give them health care, food, and everything else. So that is definitely a problem.
With Kamala being in charge for the last 4 years,
Hi,
do you
Dad.
think she kind of had a chance to improve the country in a way she says she's going to in the next 4? Do you think that she kind of had her chance?
I think there was a lot going on, and I think if given the chance that she's completely going to take charge of the whole situation.
Okay. Why didn't she the last 4?
Well, there was a lot. I mean, we're just coming out of the pandemic. We were about to go into a recession. There was all these things that kind of got put in front of it, and then the election started happening. You know, the election season. So.
Yeah. Don't you think that would make her more motivated to change what she thinks that she can change in 4 years?
Absolutely. Yes.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. If you guys like the content you're watching, first of all, subscribe to the channel down below. And secondly, go to my Patreon at patreon.com/Kaitlin Bennett. Listen, I have 2 kids now, and I have to pay babysitters, and I have to pay for their lunches and everything. And eventually, I'm sure I'll have to pay for security guards again one day. So, yeah, help me out in that. Come out and create this content that you love so much. Thank you. You saw this assault happening and you didn't report it and you didn't help her?
I'm telling you what happened. He was on top of her like this, hitting her. I couldn't move anywhere. It was very hard. She's got the bodyguard here. And then he goes like this. He plays one of these games. Oh, well, okay, if you don't want to go out, let's say, here, give me your, I'll give you my card. He goes like this and brings up his card.
So you hang out with people like Trump?
No, I hung out with people at Bulgar. But he drops his hand and the guard and his bodyguard gives him, like, he's so smooth. He's such a smooth clown.
Yeah, so are you.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.